guys, it's Haleo2 here with the first Minecraft video in my series. And today, really all I'm going to be doing is a brief, or well, not really brief, but just a like a tour of my claims. And so yeah, we're just going to get right into it. So first we're going to go outside though. And I think we're going to start with probably the most simplest thing that we have built, and that is our pool. So me and my friend Lizzie actually just recently added this to our claims, and what we have are some like little seats in the pool, and then just like stairs going down on each side. And then if we come up here, we actually also decided to make a little diving board, so you know we can have some fun with it and actually pretend like it's a real swimming pool, even though, you know, obviously it's not. So, yeah, that's really all that's to it. It's just a nice, it's a simple pool, yet it looks very nice. And, yeah, I like it. So, yeah, anyways, that's really, like I said, that's really all that's for the pool. So now we are going to come right here, and this is our to-do board. So we have things on our to-do board like breed animals, go mining, collect materials, make more hay bales, and that kind of thing. And then in this chest right next to the to-do board, we just have some signs, so that way anytime we think of something we need to do, we can just come and put it on our board. And yeah, just like the pool, that's our to-do board is just very simple and not much to it. And so, yeah, now we are going to go to the place that has a little bit more detail in it, and that is our barn. So when you first walk into our barn, you can just see, you know, the typical animals that, you know, you'd obviously always see in a barn. And to the left, we have the pigs and the chickens, and then to our right, we have the sheep and the cows. And yeah, that's all that's to this area. It's just when you come right in the front, it just looks like a simple barn. But then we have this nice little archway thing with the window that looks into what is our loft. And I will be showing you that in a little bit. But once you go through this opening, we have our horses. So in this pen, we have Ash and Smoke, although Smoke is being stubborn, and he's supposed to be in this pen, but he keeps getting on his hay bales, and then he'll get either out of his pen or in a completely different pen, and just, yeah. So I'm going to try to find a way to fix that, although anywhere that I put it, it's really not going to help, so I might just leave them there. But, anyways, and then right here, this is Snowflake, which this is actually Lizzie's horse, and, yeah. And then in this pen, it is empty right now, but Copper used to be here, which was my horse, but sadly a creeper got into our barn one day. I tried to kill it, but it blew up too soon, and it ended up killing Copper. So, yeah. And then in this pen, this is actually someone's horse. This is Lizzie's brother's horse named, oh, sorry, Andy, I forgot his name, but I will have to ask him, and then I will update you guys on what his name is. So, yeah. And then once you come up this ladder, this is the loft that you could see through the window when I was talking about it earlier. And in the loft, we just have some crafting tables, leads, saddles, shears, seeds for breeding the chickens, horse armor, and then we have some carrots for breeding pigs, of course, and then we have some apples and some gold nuggets, and that's all we have in this one for now, because for those, if any of you guys didn't know, you can only breed horses with golden apples or golden carrots. But, yeah. And then in this chest, we have wheat for breeding the cows and sheep. I was about to say chickens. Okay, anyways, right now that's all that's this area, but we will be adding more chests up here soon that will hold things like saplings, flowers, things that we would plant in the garden, so like melon seeds, that kind of stuff. And yeah, that is all that is in our barn. So now I think we're gonna go over to the garden. And in our garden is really just made, what we did was we decided to do like a little rectangle shape with leaves as big, and we made it as big as we needed to fit the amount of crops we wanted in it. And then to spice it up, we added the little archway, and then on each side we added dark oak planks and put a little torch on it just to kind of light it up because it used to be dark. And yeah, and then in our garden we just have the simple things like sugar cane, and then we have potatoes right here, carrots, wheat, and then pumpkins right here, and melons right there. And you're probably wondering why the floor underneath the water is wood. That is because our old house actually used to be pretty much right where I'm standing, because there used to be that mountain used to extend all the way up to here, and we built our first house in the mountain, and that's the basement ceiling that you're looking at, because we didn't mine that out or anything, so it's just kind of still there. But yeah, if you were wondering. And then we have our infinite water source, and then in here, this is one of my favorite parts of our claim, and it is our little heart fountain that's in like memory of like horses, so that, or like any animals like dogs or like cats or anything that have passed, and it just kind of is a way to remember them, so that way they will never fully be out of our hearts. So yeah, and I just thought it added a really cool effect to add the little ring of oak trees, since you can grow them right next to one another. So yeah, and then we also have like some flowers and stuff in here and some torches to light it up, and just simple stuff like that. So that is it for that area. It looks very nice, yet it is very simple to do, and yeah, and there also isn't very much to it. And then we have like this little pathway that goes from the two entrances on the front of the house, and then it goes in a little circle shape and goes to the barn. And in the middle of the circle, we just lined it with some flowers, and then going up the middle, we have some more flowers, and yeah. And then now, if you go into our house, oh wait, sorry, I didn't really show you guys much of what it looked like from the outside. This is what it looks like from the outside. I think it took me and Lizzie about maybe a week to make, and so yeah, but even though it did take us quite a while, it was definitely worth it. But yeah, that's really all I can think of to tell you guys about the outside. Let me kill this guy really fast so he doesn't interrupt. Okay, so when you first walk in to over here, we have a table, and even though we don't really use it because it is Minecraft, we just thought it added a nice effect to this room and the space and everything. And how we made it was we just took some stone slabs, or I believe it's smooth stone slabs, I can never remember. But anyways, and we made it to where there wasn't a bottom, like one underneath, so it's just kind of like floating. And yeah, we just thought it looked nice and cool. And then for the chairs, we just put some wooden slabs and wooden doors directly behind it, and then closed the doors, and they ended up looking like doors, or chairs. But yeah, that's it for right here. It's just a nice simple table. And then right here we have a little trash can where we can put all of our junk that we don't need, such as like rotten flesh, stuff like that. And then right here is actually a redstone mechanism that my friend Lizzie made. Now, she did not come up with this herself. She found a tutorial on another YouTuber's channel, and I believe it was Mr. Crayfish, and it is just an armor stand swapper. So how it works is you just press this button, and it swaps your armor stands automatically. So yeah, And then right here we just have like a nice simple couch, and I think we will gonna change like the type of wooden stairs just so that way it stands out a little bit from the rest of the house, since it just kind of blends in. So yeah. Now if I come right here, we have some chests and furnaces and crafting tables and just little things like that, and in them we just have a bunch of random stuff. There isn't really any organization to it whatsoever, even though we probably should organize those. But yeah. And then over on this side, underneath the stairs, if you go down this ladder, it's our guest room. And right here we have some chests, so that way, like, if it's someone staying for a while and they need a place to store their materials, but they don't want to get them mixed up with ours, they can put them here. And then right here we have a furnace, some crafting tables, beds, and then here I just took some birch doors and then mined out a little area and put some chests in there to kind of be like a closet, so when our guests go to bed or go to sleep or whatever, they can take off their armor and put it in here, and also put their tools and weapons in here for the night, and then they'll be there for them in the morning. So yeah. Now we're gonna go to the upstairs and see me and Lizzie's rooms. And they're pretty much exactly the same layout, except for the only thing different is what's in our chest and what is underneath our rooms. So I think we're going to start off with my room. And underneath my room, I have the enchanting table and a little redstone lantern. And then if we come up my ladder, I have 2 item frames right above it. One is with my good sword and my good pickaxe. And then I just have like blocks, like cobblestone, wood, stuff like that. And then I just have like food and a bunch of random stuff. And then I have like all my enchanting books and diamonds and iron and just stuff like that. And then I have my furnaces, crafting tables, beds, and then my armor stand. And then I put like these little fences, and sometimes when I'm too lazy to go down the ladder, I'll just kind of walk off like that. But yeah. And then if we go to Lizzie's side, underneath her room, we have our brewing stand, our jukebox, our anvil, and then another redstone lantern. And then now if we go up her ladder, like I said, it's pretty much the exact same format. So I'm not going to go too much in detail with hers. She has her item frames, her chest, which, oops, I actually will not look in them because she might not want me showing you what's in her chest and me looking through them. So, yeah. And then she has her furnaces, crafting tables, once again, bed, and once again, an armor stand. So, yeah. Now, we're going to go to our little guest house we made, which isn't really a guest house anymore because Andy is living in it. But actually, before we go, I am going to show you our little wraparound balcony. There isn't anything on it as of now, but as you can see, it goes all the way around until it gets to these little, these little areas where it kind of sticks out from the rest of the house, where our bedrooms are. And then, actually, this house right here is one of my friend's house, Ella. She is still working on it, though. I don't know if you can tell, but she has not finished the roof yet. So, yeah. But now that we're done with the stuff in, like, the main area of my claims, we're gonna run down this path and go over to Lizzie's brother's house, Andy's house. So, it's pretty much just like ours, just a smaller version, and he doesn't have all the things that we have. Like, he doesn't have the little windows on the side like ours does. He doesn't have the little balcony that goes around or anything like that. And I don't know if he's planning on adding those, because we actually just built this, I believe it was yesterday. And so yeah. But if we walk in, like I said, same layout. We have the stairs, the doors, the nice open area, and stuff like that. And then if we go up the stairs, he hasn't really done much yet since we did just get this done yesterday. But what has been done to it, it looks pretty nice. And then if we go up this ladder, we have his bedroom. Oh, so, oops, this is from me. This is his little bedroom, and once again, he has not done anything to it yet, so I can't really go in much depth about here's the living room or anything like that. So if you want to see, you'll have to go to his channel, which is, I believe, the Captain Andy 26, and maybe he'll do, and I believe he said he was going to do a house tour once it is completely finished. So yeah, if you want to see that, you can go check out his channel. But anyways, that was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will stick around to see more videos in my series. Bye!